Greetings to another video. Today we're going to talk all about how to ride and climb out of the saddle. So the first thing is, why would you even want to climb out of the saddle? So the first thing is if you want to put extra torque, i.e. extra power through the pedals to get over a steep gradient, or whether you want to just smash out a big fast sprint, potentially on the flat. And then the other reason why you want to get out of the saddle is to relieve pressure, to make riding more comfortable. So when you get out of the saddle, you're using different muscles and it's just a different feel, I guess, and you're relieving a lot of saddle pressure, and it can also help relieve your back if you've been sat for a long time. So now we're going to show you how to actually physically ride out of the saddle, because when I first started riding, oh God, that's bright. I really struggled with it, and it felt really bizarre to me to do it. And then when I first did it, I was just really stiff and it just felt not very natural. So I'm going to show you how to do it if you are wanting to be able to ride out the saddle. So you're going to be able to see this better from the footage, but what you want to do is when you get to like a steeper section or you want to start sprinting, you just want to push up out of the saddle and you want to move your bike from side to side, not your body, because your body is going to weigh more and it will just be more like, I don't know, just more weight to put through rather than moving the bike. So it's almost like an opposite thing. So when I'm pedaling, I'm kind of pushing each side with opposite legs. You can see it from the footage. And it is just practice, I think. It is just getting used to doing that. So yeah, move your bike, not your body. So if you can see now on this, I'm like kind of going, like I'm moving my bike rather than my body. So I'm trying to keep my body as still as possible while just moving the bike and sprint. When you come to really steep gradients, this is when you need to move and distribute your body weight a little bit differently. So when it's kind of like a steady gradient, you can kind of keep your weight just kind of over the saddle, I guess, or further back on the bike. When you hit some really steep stuff, i.e. hard knock, because that is an absolute monster, you're going to have to move your body far enough over the bars to make sure your front wheel doesn't pop up, and that just takes practice, and that's why I guess it took me 3 times to do hard knock, because it was just a weird thing and a weird feeling. I think maybe you can relate to this. I was always a little bit scared to get out of the saddle on steep stuff in case I needed to unclip, because I felt like I'm not going to be able to unclip in time almost. But once you get the hang of just like pushing your body weight forward on the really steep stuff, I feel like you can pretty much climb anything. So it is just getting that practice and just being brave and just trying it out, I guess. Again, you can do that over different gradients, so just like ease up. That's how I've always done it, just ease up into different gradients, check them on like Strava beforehand of how steep it's gonna get, and then just gradually move your body weight, I guess, forward and backwards on the bike. Because again, on hard knot, little tip is when you get to the steep stuff, yeah, you do need to get forward, because I actually tried to stay seated climbing that, and your weight is too far back and then the front wheel popped up. That scared the crap out of me. So yeah, some steep climbs you are going to physically have to get out of the saddle to be able to get up those steep climbs. So when wouldn't you get out of the saddle? There's not really many instances where you wouldn't, but there are a few, and it's important that you know them. So you don't want to get out and climb or get out of the saddle when you're on steep, wet, slippery, greasy, mossy, sometimes cobbled, gravelly surfaces, because your weight distribution isn't going to be all on the back wheel, and then it's going to mean less traction. So just be very careful of when you do it. And then also the other time where you wouldn't want to do it is if you're in a really tight-knit bunch ride or group ride, because you're going to get a little bit of kickback. Your bike is going to kind of move back a little bit as you push forward. So yeah, you just don't want to do that and, I don't know, take anyone out from behind you. So just keep that in mind. Then a couple of little final tips. The main thing is just practice it, just practice, get out, and even when you're on the flatter roads, just change down a couple of gears into like harder gears so that you can just practice just feeling comfortable getting out of the saddle. And then what I would do is on climbs, just practice being able to ride out of the saddle for longer periods. And for me, like if I'm doing like a steady long climb, I'll be seated climbing for the majority of it. But it is good to be able to have that extra ability, just to be able to, like I said, relieve pressure, relieve any aches and pains, and use a couple of different muscles, especially on long rides. You want to just kind of keep your body moving, And what else? And yeah, it's just about weight distribution, and that just again comes with practice. So if you've got any other tips on how to climb and ride out the saddle, leave them in the comments. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next video. One of my glasses. This is so weird. Okay, try it. I can kind of see me in the back as well, so yeah, go on. Oh, hang on. Yeah, go. I can't get going. And now you're going to see two climbers sprint who can't sprint. Ready to sprint? 1, 2, 3, go! Okay, that's enough. I'm so shit at sprinting.